go. Wait, what? We're, apparently I have to go fucking re-enable Frosty Tools. So give me just a sec, guys. Well, action is required. I need to visit your next one. Yeah, give me just a sec while I try and attempt to you know, do the thing with my with Frosty Tools on my account. Because apparently, apparently I have to do a little thing where it's like, oh, I have to go to the, like go to my dashboard and like reconnect or like disconnect and reconnect or something, you know. Yeah, I was not expecting this shit. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, I go on fucking, you know, I go live, all of a sudden I get a thing from Frosty Tool, be like, I have to do this, do that, so. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, well, hopefully that did the thing. Alright, so hopefully that's solved, solved and settled. But anyway, so, yeah, with all that done and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, hey yo, my fellow remote maniacs, this is Mr. Rumble Roses here, and, welcome back to yet another installment of Dead by Daylight. So, I decided to do my little DVD stream earlier than normal because I'm, like pretty much wide awake and everything. I pretty much slept almost, I almost want to say like almost like, well, felt like half the day per se, yesterday. And I was just like, not really doing anything, so maybe I'll do one of those moments where it's like, I do a double stream or something like that. So I was like, well, what's the first thing I want to try and do? And I was like, well, maybe I'll try some Dead by Daylight. I'll probably play around with the new chapter, aka the Sinister Grace chapter. Now, last time I played around in DVD, I was playing as the new survivor, which is this right here. And I was doing some survivor action, pretty much trying to get the Adept on the new survivor, which is this person right here, V. Bunyaska. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the pronunciation of that name. Anyway, and I want to say, because it kind of went over my head per se, but I think it probably took about like 2 attempts worth to get the Adept, because I remember like the way that I got my Adept was getting the hatch. I want to say I think it's like the hatch in the Yamaoka, on the Yamaoka map. And I think it was also against the killer that we're going to be trying to play today. So yeah, and I would have done, and I probably would have done the thing is like, of playing the new killer and all that, but I didn't really have enough blood points to like unlock, I didn't really have enough blood points to like unlock her other little slots and stuff like that, so I didn't have the ability, to like use her 3 unique perks, which I do now, so we're gonna see how things go with that. Let me see if we can get an Adept in. So, yeah. And for anyone who's randomly wondering why I have Spirit loaded up is because I was thinking about doing this thing because apparently like the DVD Discord had I don't know if it's like official or whatever, but like basically I'm on the DVD Discord, which I want to say might be official, or whatever, but they're doing this little thing where it was like trying to make like a unique outfit, combination thing, and I was trying to like play around with some of the stuff I had because not every single like killer and survivor has like a whole lot of stuff, and sometimes I don't really use a whole lot of whatever. But I was doing a bit of a thing where it's like I had like Skull Merchant and Spirit because that was on the play around with stuff with them, and I had Spirit pretty much done in this outfit, which I think is like the schoolgirl outfit thing is a DVD day outfit that you could build that you ever get at the time. And I was trying to like maybe like take some pictures, maybe like some pictures of her in the lobby or whatever. But whenever I was trying to do the thing, when I was trying to like to get some pictures and all that, and I was trying to like fill up a little forum. There was a bit of an issue that came with like having like a link, making like a link. I think it's like an imager link for the picture in hand. I'm just like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? Because the only way I can be able to do stuff like this is like if I was to do like take a photo from my phone, because I can't be able to um, I can't be able to like, take a screenshot from my PS4 and then like directly upload it to Twitter because they got rid of that like fucking ages ago because fucking Elon Musk wanted to create big little fuck and like PlayStation and Sony was like, nah, we're not gonna give this guy any more money. So they took off the app, which is really sad because that was the best way because that was the best way I was able to get like certain like some in-game thumbnails and stuff back then. But what can you do? But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. So yeah, gonna go get new killer, which is the Kasu, and we're gonna go to bio because that's the best way to look at her perks. Yeesh.
ท่วงทำนองแต่ค่ำคืน
Alright, so yeah, I believe like ever since the chapter release and everything, there has been some apparently some slight changes, even though there's more on the way. But I wanted to kind of like maybe get things taken care of like ASAP like, but yeah. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the perks and all that. So yeah. So the first perk is called Ravenous. So whenever you hook a survivor for the first time, you gain 1 token up to a maximum of 4. Which makes sense, because 4 survivors, 4 tokens. When you have 4 tokens, all survivors scream and are afflicted with a disposed status for 60 seconds, or sometimes I believe a minute. Now, the thing that kind of like the thing that made me kind of question about this is that like. If you were, is this like only like a one-time use where it's like, oh, you hook 4 survivors, for the first time, you get the tokens, and then it's like, do you have to, it's just like a one and done scenario where it's like you can't do it anymore, or or can it be used, or something like that? But I don't know. Like I don't know how I feel about this perk, but I definitely have questions on it. So. Next up is Wandering Eye. Whenever you start chasing a survivor, reveal the auras of all of the injured survivors within 20 seconds for 5 seconds. So, with this perk, at least, because I'm just kind of like, assuming, certain things here and there, but to me, I kind of feel like this is a perk that could be used for like a chase build. Like if you're making like a chase build of some kind, and you had it had spiders injured and all that, and you try to start a chase. This would be like kind of like a way to find people. And yeah, so you're gonna be seeing her kind of like lose her head per se. Yeah, and I don't know 100% for sure because I'm kind of like I'm just kind of like basing this on like how people use like aura reading type perks, but I kind of feel like if you were to pair this with like Lethal Pursuer, you might have a little bit more extra, so maybe like 6-7 seconds, at most. I don't know. And finally, we have Hex Overturner of Doom. So it spawns a Hex on the Curse of the Father's Generator and reveals its aura in yellow. When a survivor repairs its curse generator for 5 seconds, you gain undetectable and your terror radius is applied to that generator for 30 seconds. When the curse generator is repaired, the next one generator is cursed. So basically, I guess like, from wherever, wherever your hex is, like the gen that's farthest away from it will get highlighted. And if anyone's working on that, you get a little bit, undetectable and everything, all that jazz. So, yeah. And so we did that, and now her power we're just going to try to look at. It's called Unbodied Flesh. So special ability, Corporal Weave. Custody can shift between body and head forms at will. Body form has a 32 meter tear radius. Head form has a 40 meter tear radius. It is slightly faster, but cannot break pallets, or it cannot break pallets, and is not granted bloodlust. So basically, when you're in the head form, you get you get a bit more bigger tear radius. You can move a little bit faster, but you cannot break pallets or gain bloodlust. But you can be able to vault over pallets in head form. So there's that. Special effect: Leech. Hitting a survivor with intestinal whip or a leeching gland adds to their leech meter. When the meter is filled, the survivor is affected with leech 1. So there's basically 2 tiers. Some people say that this killer, the Pursuit, is kind of like a mix of like Plague, Unknown, and Nemesis. So put it all in the blender, and you more or less got this. From what some people are saying. But yeah. So when you got leech, when survivors in leech 1, their leech meter fills automatically. Leech 2, survivor is affected with broken. If healthy, they become injured. Special ability, intestinal whip. In head form, press the attack button to lash out with your internal organs, aka that. Survivors affected with leech can be damaged by intestinal whip. Intestinal whip partially fills the survivor's leech meter up to leech 1. Special ability, regurgitate. So this is kind of like where the unknown thing comes in. You know, like unknown kind of slash plague. In body form, press and hold the power button to charge regurgitate. When charged, tap the attack button to spew a leeching gland. Leeching gland completely fills the survivor's leech meter up to leech 1. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how do survivors, cure themselves? Well, it's from a thing called glowing fungus. So, survivors can eat glowing fungus to decrease leech meter over time. Being hit ends the effect. And then for the head thing, you got a head thing called headlong flight. In head form, press and hold the power button to speed through the air. So, yeah, that's basically how her thing is. Now, I did not choose these add-ons. These were kind of like one of those things where it's like, if you get like a new, like character, survivor, whatever, it's like, oh, and like it gives you like automatically usually add-ons. So, yeah, so when charging regurgitate, see the preview impact zone. Shoot music, intro charges, the headlong flight when a survivor is hit by the leech gland. Alright, so let's see. Interesting. Well, since I don't really have much on here, I guess I'll just, kind of do that. But anyway, I don't know how long this stream is going to be. Like, the idea is I'm kind of wanting to just, test her out, maybe play some killer games, and get the Adept. Now, for those that don't know what Adept is, it's basically, think of it as kind of like a challenge that's tied to like a trophy / achievement. So the way that the Adept works is that you have to win a match using only the 3 unique perks from the character that you're playing as. So, like for example, the Pursuit. I have to get a 4K using only her 3 unique perks and nothing else. Now, the way that it counts is that I have to either hook Survivor 3 times or Morium on their death hook. At most. So. Sorry about that. And apparently someone has left. Hopefully. And now we got another person leaving. Like, don't leave! So, yeah. We got V, Jill, Yui, and Claudette. I see Jill's got a med kit, Yui's got a toolbox. So, but yeah, I do kind of remember though, like when the chapter dropped, there wasn't really a whole lot of people playing the new killer, which was kind of surprising. Like, it's kind of surprising, like, we didn't see a whole lot of people playing her, and then people saying that, like that she's like like she's too OP, too this, too that, or whatever. Like, we even saying like, Jesus. I think that was the first time I seen like all four fucking. Oh boy. Well, I think that's like the first time that I've seen like survivors, like the survivors have like like their little offerings, not the switch. So it makes me wonder, like, is there's going to be like um it's either going to be like it's going to be like spawning like having hook spawns be farther away, or B, it's going to be kind of like like a separation thing. Yep. I have no idea where the fuck she went. Son of a bitch. So I think the Huey's broken. I think the only one I have not hooked yet is Claudette. Actually, get rid of my Noah, or get rid of my Hex. Damn it. Oh, this ain't going too well now, is it? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Gonna Joe. I have not seen the fucking Claudette at all. Shit. Well, they're healed. They've been heliotized. I vaulted. Where's come on? Where'd you go? Where's come on? Gonna go? It's probably gonna be a 1K game. He's coming, where'd you go? Where's going? Gonna go? Hey. Oh, son of a bitch. think that's a GG's. Hey. How did that like? No. Hey. Well, it's not fair, okay, but unfortunately I have no idea where the Jill went. Hold on. Well, I mean, we got to do the more, but we could barely see it. Ooh. Oh, you I don't have that hard. Well, quite a hell of a first game, I reckon. Yeah.
Hello. ว่าไง
Legione. Yeah, let me see where we're at the rift. Oh, we're almost done with the main thing. And of course, you know, we got the let's see. 0 and 8 moves are glowing. Hmm. Well, on to the next, I guess. But yeah, just thinking about this killer though, like, I think I talked about this in one of my friend's streams from Weird DVD. And I had like this thought going through my head about like, imagine if the Crossu and the Unknown got added into the BB-8, game mode. Like, just imagine those two together and just be like, it just would be nothing but like hot 12 all over the place. I am pretty curious about what they're gonna do for the next 2v8. Like, I'm hoping at most that they add some more killers into the roster. Because if I remember correctly, I think like I think the only time that I think the last time they added in more killers to play was back when there was like the Resident Evil theme where it had like Wesker, Nemesis, and Legion. Because with Legion, you have the hunk skin. But I don't know. Like, I will say like, because I think like people had like some mixed reactions per se on it. But I don't know. I kind of thought that I kind of thought the whole situation with I kind of thought the whole situation with like the Resident Evil version of the TV8 mode, that was pretty interesting because the thing about it was that it had like these I guess you could say technically like these herbs that could do certain things, for depending on like who depending on like who gets them. I think it's like I think like for one, I can't remember the colors per se, but like I know for like Survivor, um, and then like with like one of the herbs, allows you to heal yourself, get like a like health state back. And I think and then the other one was the ability to remove a hook state. Man, it's like I think it was like they were trying to do like do that, and I think when it comes to I think when it came to the killer side of things, I think like mainly they just got like speed boost stuff. Like I think like I think like one of them was just like for a self boost only, and then like the other one was a team boost. So, but anyway, Attenzione.
ขอแหวกดูข้างในหน่อย
And I am so bad at this. Where are you? Hey! Dang it. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Good. Damn it, man. Well played. Yeah, that was definitely a good spot. Damn motherfucker. I got sabotage. But hey. Son of a bitch. I don't hear a boomer. Where you going? I'm not doing. No. Fuck! God damn! I will say this, like, it does suck, you know, that kan nog even volgen nog maar eens. Motherfucker. These guys came before they. Why am I going this way? Whoop. Oh, hey. Hi, how you doing? Hey. Hey. I can't both, I can't smack you, because you're not infected. Son of a bitch. Hey! Damn cure. Yeah. I am losing gens. Oh, hi. Oh, come on. Yeah. Fucking. Ah, you dumb bitch. Ah, damn it. Okay. Clearly I can't, but okay. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Oh man. Yeah, like I will say this, like it does suck that every time I try to get a hook, try to get like a hook in, it's like, there's always someone there to sabo, which, like, like I said, it's annoying, but like I get it, it's understandable or whatever, so. But man, especially someone that fucking that boil over, so. Yeah. Yeah. Yo. Saboteurs. Oh wow. Ah, that's another thing too. Fucking. What in the fuck? Who's commenting Mario? Oh. I was like, who the fuck is commenting Mario for? It's like, where does Mario fit into this picture? Oh my god, I just realized they all have fucking breakout. Sheesh. Dragon, breakout, saboteur.
เพื่อลอยไปในสายลม
Hmm. Give me just a sec. Like going through, hey, don't give me spoons. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they were all a full swift with some saddle build stuff. And they they did their duties and they did it well. Much to the annoyance that it was, I only got like one hook, trying to do a thing. Oh. So. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if the person. Apparently, I went to the Nick Cage's stream. I guess they weren't really paying attention to the chat, which whatever. I think they're kind of like doing like a little dress up thing, like they're kind of like doing like a Halloween thing. Where it's like, oh, like maybe like each stream, like they dress up as some. But anyway. But yeah, like I said, like it sucks that like another second match I come against like a full I don't mind that it's a Swift, but like holy shit, just the full saddle thing, yeah. But I mean, like I said, I mean it sucks, and I was kind of annoyed, but like I definitely get that, like I can understand people. We'll do a thing, like, oh, like, bring in maybe, like, certain builds to just that and the other, so. But, yeah. Bit of a rough game. What can you do? And I don't know what it is, but, like, I don't know if anyone else has, like, this kind of, like, um, I don't know if anyone else has this kind of, like, feeling where it's like, you play as killer, right? And then, you try to pick someone up who has boil over, it's like, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird, and it's like you sort of like feel like it's sort of like it feels like you're actually having like a lot like a lot of weight, like having to like you really are struggling, like you really feel the struggle, and all that. Sheva Sable Engine Kalodi. 2 medkits, toolbox, and beamer. Oh boy. So PT Beater at Gun Playboy. Got replaced with a Nia. Escape cake, hidden thing. I don't know. I mean, this, like, I'm trying to like think of myself. You know, it's like, you know, how I'm trying to think of myself. It's like, you know, like the mindset, like the plan, as far as like, you know, like what to possibly do in this situation. And it's like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, I'm trying to like maybe, you know, because I'm thinking in my head, like, you know, I'm trying to do a thing where it's like, oh, you know, I'm trying to, you know, like get everyone infected, and then, you know, like go in the head for them and do this, that, and the other. But I don't know.
ว่าไงฉันอยู่นี่
I ain't that some bitch. Seriously? Fuck, man. Damn it. Fuck. Holy shit. Ow.
God damn.
I am puzzled. Oh, man.
วันนี้เลิกดี
It's like, man, it's like, if first game, and everything, like, I feel like I got very lucky to somehow get a 3K. But it's like now, I can't even, it's like now, I can't even get a daggum, I can't even get a daggum kill, and I can barely get any hooks, and I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like think in my head, right? Like, you know, do I want Bill Trial, like, to do the thing of like, oh, I go around, and infect survivors, or do I like, just go for like, just the M1 tech stuff? I don't know. I can't remember exactly the last time I had a bit of a tough time, like trying to do a thing with a killer. Because the only thing that comes to my mind per se is like when I tried to adept the nurse. Cause holy shit. Like it wouldn't perk. Still hot. Yeesh. This might be the craziest killer so far. Yeah, I don't know why, like, I don't know if it's just like me, or, like, if it's like, maybe like a common thing, but like, when you deal with someone, when you're playing a killer, right, and you come against a survivor who has boiled over, like, I don't know why, but like, it literally feels, to me at least, like, it literally feels like you have, like, you're really feeling it, like, you're really, like, experiencing, like, the how tough it is, when you're dealing with survivor with boil over. But yeah, like, I will say, like, as much as I hated the fact that, like, every time I try to go for a hook that, they got that, that one sweeping a match, get like a sabo thing, like, as much as I was annoyed at that, like, I'm not gonna, like, say that they're sweaty, try hard, and I'm not gonna, like, say anything bad about them because, you know, it's perks, it's items, and stuff like that. It's like, it's good, it's good teammates. Two Michonnes or Rick and his Fable. Michonnes. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to I'm trying to like picture in my head about like the whole situation about like why people say that like the Crusader is so broken and everything. But it's like, but like in my head, I'm thinking of stuff like how are they broken? Yeah, right. Sing the sweet sounds. Well, if that ain't obvious, I don't know what the fuck is. Is that like if that ain't the most Captain Obvious type spot, I don't know what is. Ooh, I got two of them. Son of a bitch. Meows for more, eh? I don't fat fingered it. Well, this ain't going nowhere fast. Look. Como que buggins? How did they work? Well, not getting anywhere with that. But, yeah. Ouch. Ah, damn it. Seriously? Son of a bitch. There we go. We done got the boils over. Ugh. Oh yeah, I thought that was gonna be a thing. When you wish the Kobe would work. I have got to get used to how the fucking thing works. Ouch. Is that the normal thing? Or? Ow. And I got to put it. Yeah. Hey. Wait, what? Did I get double stunned? Look. That is about a motherfucker. Yep, so was that. So was that perk. Good boy. I got outdone by 2 perks. Oh wow. Fiction. Oh man. Generated as a castillo. Yep. Got our goodies. I was not expecting that. She got me. Who knew Kwasi was going upper mode? So if I can just get a few more things, then I'll be done with like the main premium. Whoa, excuse me. Oh, EBD day. Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, that's right, I forgot. Apparently that was gonna be a thing today. Let's see, so... Wait, the glowing fungus from 6 seconds. Hmm. Inspired. Inspired, I think it leaks one. Hmm. That could be interesting. Man. It's like, yeah, like it. I'm definitely getting like, you know, the whole situation of like of like unknown flashbacks per se. You know, where it's like you have to like, you have to be like dead. I feel like you have to be like dead ass on par with, you know, aiming your shots on getting a survivor. You know, to get infected with leech. Michaela. And Michaela, Meg, Bill, and Jen. I don't know 100% for sure, but like I feel like it's, I don't know, like I feel like it's so rare to see people who play Bill. Man, so I gotta watch out because Bill's got the flashlight. Meg's got toolbox, and the other two have medkits. Mm-hmm. It's got some salty lips up on here. It'd be crazy if somehow like I hook someone and they try 4% and they succeed. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Like I haven't really like tried out all the add-ons and stuff, but like that thing about like having everyone being bleached when you instigate your power. I feel like that's something you would see in like an in-game build. It just makes me think like, you know, how's this going to be? On the beach. Wow. Ew. There you go. Hey. Yeah, they actually saved the bot. Not you the fuck. Ah, you know. Hey! What's up, Mr. Bill? Слишком muito, enganado. Oh yeah. Okay. Отстой! It's like, you know, it'd be so nice if this was like the fucking Megbot. Ah! I don't know, like, question of the day is, will this somehow be the Adept? Somebody wants some attention. Okay. They can find and help me find the fucking Megbot. the Megbot is. I can go take her out. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to the hook in time. Stop. Bitch. I gotta find the fucking bill. Well, there we go. P100 Michaela too. So, I mean, on like on the one hand, you know, we got the Adept done, you know, and everything. Like, I was honestly kind of curious per se about like, you know, if we were gonna have someone DC, because apparently it's like, you know, people like, you know, were going off on, you know, on the new killer and everything, and be like, oh, you know, if I come up against this killer, I'm just going to DC, you know, do this, that, and the other. So, but I'm just honestly glad that I found the bill. Like, you know, like, okay. So, I want to kind of talk about this a little bit. I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna go to the, you know, the main menu and all that, so we don't have to hear, like, screaming and transforming and all that.
Lườiใจเลยล่ะ
Alright, so let me. Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say that like I have now mastered the Krasu, you know, and everything, cause it's been said, you know, pretty much like you know, like I said, it's like a mix of like Plague, Unknown, and Nemesis. You know, if you kind of put those three in the blender, you know, out comes Krasu. Um, Now, I don't really know how to feel about her per se. Like, I mean, I guess you could say like design-wise, like it definitely has like the, you know, like the creepy horror, you know, type stuff going on with it. But I don't know how I don't know about like what I could say about like, you know, her like ability and all that. Like people are saying that, you know, like I've been seeing like some people say that um like she needs a nerf. Like, you know, like she's now apparently S tier, or she was S tier, like she's better than nerfs, you know, or something like that. And I don't know. I'm just trying to think, you know, because because like yeah, like, you know, you can definitely tell, you know, it's like it's got like the, you know, the plague aspect, you know, trying to like, you know, to infect someone, and I'm trying to like think per se. It's like, you know, if like, you know, the whole like regurgitate thing, like if if you hit like a wall, ceiling, you know, or something, like it would like bounce off, because I think originally, yeah, I mean, and people can feel free to quote me wrong on this, you know, say I'm wrong, you know, is what it is, but I don't know, like um like I said, I just don't know, like I'm trying to like piece everything together, you know. It's like, you know, it's just trying to feel like how to do like an effective play style. I mean, you know, I'd say honestly, like I got lucky on that match. But I mean, I will say, like, you know, I will try it, and I am going to try, like, you know, make it into like its own little video and post it, even though if it might not be like, you know, like the best, you know, thing ever. But you know, that's something I like to be able to do. but yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just another thing. It's like, trying to put all the pieces together, figure out like the effective way, to play as her, and but because like every single time, like again, like you saw at the start of the like the start of the session, right? Like start of the game, stream whatever. Like I got very fucking lucky to get a 3K. Like being able to get value out of that one perk of hers. Where it's like you gain 4 tokens and everyone becomes exposed. You know, but I don't know. Like I don't know exactly as to how much is going to be done with her because I feel like, this is just my 2 cents. And I know people are going to have opinions because like the old saying goes, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. All that. But I don't know. I'm trying to think about how would they like somehow balance her, but not at the same time like not nerf her to the fucking ground because because in my opinion, and I will be ending in just a little bit, but like in my opinion, there is no way to fucking balance this game proper because you do too much, then either like something becomes like severely OP, and it's like very powerful, or it gets severely nuked to the ground to where like say like a killer or or where it's like a killer or a perk becomes like genuinely like 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 shit basically. It's just that's just how I see things, and it's like, and I'm gonna kind of like do this kind of like talk about my 2 cents on this, but there used to be kind of like this little like meta thing of loadout or perks or whatever, but it was basically the FTP buckle up situation, 40 people buckle up and all that. And people have said that, I've heard like a lot of people talk about like how, like that was like a bad combo, it was like this busted and all this and the other. And honestly, I have to disagree. It's like yeah, it can be it's like yeah, was like the old was like the old way. It could be effective. I mean, hell, I think I talked about this before at one point, but once upon a random time, before I think it's like before I think it was Buckle Up that was the one that got changed. But like I remember a while back whenever I was playing with some friends when I was playing with some friends in the Swift, um, I had like one of my little like go-to things was the whole like for the people buckle up combo because sometimes you never know exactly what's going to happen. Let alone if you're going to be able to do this that and the other. Let alone be able to to like somehow get like a full heal off and stuff like that, right? And I remember that we went up against a Chucky, and it was in game. Now, um, Now, when it came to the end game, like we were on the verge of like trying to get out, right? And I think I was trying to like I think I was trying to like to to kind of like body block, but sometimes like the killers sometimes may get that lucky little break, a little gap or whatever. And I remember like they actually managed to down one of my friends who I think was playing Michaela. Um, and I want to say I think I might have been playing as Arena, who has who comes with the perk of for the people. And I remembered that I remember like I was healthy and like they went down and they're like okay. Woo! You guys are gonna have to kind of forgive me because like I'm still kind of just like reeling per se about like like the sheer amount of roughness that the matches that I had and all that, but basically it went like this. It was in game. I was healthy. I tried to I tried the body block, which I will admit like I'm not gonna say like I'm the best body blocker in the world. I tried my best and everything, but sometimes I might not always be able to get everything all the time. But I remember that we were going to the exit gate. My friend who was injured went down, and because I was healthy, I was able to use for the people. And I got him up, and the Chucky went for another hit, and they got like they got, I don't know if I would call it like the endurance or whatever, but basically like they got the ability where it's like they were able to take like one more hit to put them in deep wound, and we managed to get it out. Now, I've heard like a lot of people say that it was like a busted busted combo, it should have been nerfed, all this and that and the other, like and everything. But I've always considered it to be like one of those, like high risk, high rewards type of thing, I consider it to be, like that, where it's like, because you're never gonna know exactly as to when you were able to get it, and I guess I just feel like every single time when something changes, it's always for the worst, in my opinion. Like for example, when they did the whole thing was like Skull Merchant or even Chucky for that matter. It's like people saying like Chucky's absolute shit to play. Like he can't well do certain things. And I think if I remember correctly, one of the little things about like people were always kind of going off about was about like him going going under the palace and stuff like that. Because I remember like I remember like I used to do a little thing with him whenever I played Chucky or Tiffany, because I often played as Tiffany more than Chucky. But I also remember doing a thing where it was like I'd always go under, try to go under the pallet, to like maybe get like get like an interception or something like that. But I don't know. But anyway, so that was the Crustu in action. Like I said, it's pretty rough, but I managed to get it in the end. Like I said, I got very lucky, to find the bill in order to get the 4K because I actually, I just thought of this. Okay, I know I'm rambling, I know I'm talking on, but I'm about to end, so I'm kind of just chilling, kind of like just chilling, talking, getting stuff off my chest and all that. But I believe that at one point in time, whenever I was playing some DBD, I think someone in my chat asked me the question of, do you ever slug as killer? Or something like that. And the one thing I've always, and I think the one thing I've ever kind of talking about per se was, I don't usually go for the slug. Like I don't usually try and slug because because sometimes because often at times when you slug someone, and depending on what map you're on, like the one that we were just on, like back in our swamp, if you leave a person slug for so long, you're more than likely bound to lose them, and to be lucky as hell to for either but before to find them before they either get up or somehow find the hatch. And when it comes to slugging, I know some people sometimes would kind of go off about how slugging is low and it's like a shitty play style or whatever, but sometimes slugging it's like sometimes slugging can be a way to bring to put pressure on the survivors you're going up against. Especially like if you're trying to doing the depth run like I was doing, like and everything. It's like like you're down, you have two survivors left. You find one, and you have to like try and go for the other one, try and get them down, so that way you can be able to secure that secure the kills, and get the victory and all that. Like that's pretty much how I see things. Like slugging. And certain like slugging can be like a hit or miss. Like if you're like say for example, right? If I was to do a thing where like I just go around just like slug everyone, not bother picking them up, then it's like that's kind of that would be what one considers like like a dick move. I don't I don't try like to slug for the whole malicious intent. Okay, like I do it because like I know it's a way to like you know put pressure on on the opposing side. And I know some people, don't like the whole situation of, um, being slugged on the ground for who knows how long to the point, to the point where they might, bleed out, and I don't like, doing that. Like you know, like I don't like trying to do the whole like bleed out situation unless of like per se, like someone had boil over, like. Like say for example, like someone has boil over, right? And they go to like say a very high point in the map. Um, and it's a place where it's like I can't build to to go to a hook, but put them on the hook, do this that and the other. So it's like I sometimes I slug them out, maybe let them bleed out, but not all the time. Like I rarely would do that unless if like if like unless like if I have to or something like that. But usually, but yeah, overall, like usually when I try and do that, I do it as a way to create pressure, to like get people to like get off the gems and do this, that, and the other. So. Now, if I somehow get lucky, to find them, then cool. If they somehow get hatched, it's like, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna try and raid some more of them. I'm just trying to find who to possibly raid. Those fucking pre-ad shit, man. But I will say overall, and I highly doubt that anyone that was facing this whole stream is going to watch this, but everyone did well. Like everyone did well. They did everything efficiently, and especially like that one swerve I hadn't filled. Like they definitely got me. They definitely got me. They got me going. They got me going. Got me working up and all that. So. Like, yo, I'm trying to like fucking scroll up. Every time that. Ah, that's funny. Hmm. Hmm. I know I'm not really like talking or anything like that. I'm just trying to like I'm just trying to think. Hmm. I don't know if I can be able to raid into them, but we'll give it a shot. Alright. Okay. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream and everything like that. You know, I know there was like some of those moments where like, you know, I was kind of like annoyed, and you know, and I would just like go into the corner and all that stuff. You know, I was just trying to like, you know, just to, you know, just get, you know, kind of get out of my thoughts, you know, and not, you know, not rage and all that, um, but yeah, so I don't know 100% for sure yet, but there might be a possibility of a random little collab stream where me and my friend Onyx might do some night rain together. The most that I'm trying to hope for is that maybe me and him do it sometime tomorrow morning. Because I wanted to like, you know, maybe do it around like around like 9 a.m. his time, 8 a.m. mine, and everything. Yeah, we're gonna probably try and play some more Night Rain together during our Sunny and Bro duo run. Cause originally we were supposed to be doing a thing with Resident Evil 6, but he woke up one day not feeling good, so, you know, I was like, well, you know, if we're gonna be doing this, you know, then you owe me a Night Rain stream, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, if it's not gonna be sometime tomorrow, it might be sometime on Saturday or something. I don't know for sure about like what I'm going to do at most for my upcoming active week of streaming, but I do have a bit of a plan for like the 11th and the 12th because on the 11th it'll be a day before my birthday, and then on the 12th it'll be on my birthday. So on the 11th, I'm going to be doing a special little stream where I play some Elden Ring Night Rain, and I do some Raider stuff. I'm going to be playing as the Onion Raider, and I'm going to be queuing up against all of the main bosses in the game just to see, like, you know, just kind of like mix things up a little bit, you know, see what boss I have to go through, you know, and I'm going to be queuing up in trios run as well. And then probably on Sunday, I'm going to be doing something in regards to Doom. Probably going to be doing the Game Boy Advance campaign of Classic Doom, but I'm going to be using some cheats, so I'm going to be giving myself all the art, all the, you know, the ammo, weapons, and everything, so, you know, there's that. Probably on Monday, like, you know, this coming Monday, I might try and see about doing more of Hexen, because, you know, I think we're like getting on the final. I think like we're on the home stretch of things, you know, like on the final hub and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm hoping everything goes well. Tuesday I might do some Night Rain. I might do like either like some. I might try and randomly like start my little thing with Recluse and Night Rain, or or I might do a thing per se where like I might bring out Pay's build and like main Elden Ring and just like maybe like kind of like do some cosplaying as her, and do, like cosplaying her, you know, her up a little bit, you know, and just maybe helping out random people or something. I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So. But anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream and everything, and until I see y'all in the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope y'all have a good week or weekend.